Greetings. By the glow of my smoke, you will understand. Perhaps maybe even overstand. My friends, my family. My humanity, our humanity. Matthias, from Quantum of Conscience, my friend. I love your work, I really do. But I feel as though it's missing something. I feel like you've done a fantastic job at really pointing out a lot of different things. But I want this to be for you especially. I want you to take a look around your town, your city. Take a look around at your home, your car you drive. Whenever you go into the store, or you're going to work, or every time you use your computer, I want you to think about one person, Jacques Fresco. Now, we have problems that need to be solved. They need to be solved, and they need to be solved. They need to be solved very soon. We can't go on like this. Now, if you're running out of material, you don't know what to talk about next, well, I have a whopper here for you. We need to work together. Every YouTuber, every scientist, every engineer. We need to come together under a common goal here, because we're so divided. The flat earthers, the psyop, the Trumpers, there's just so many facets. People are identifying themselves with everything else but themselves. And I guarantee you, if you identify yourself with yourself, you will find common ground with others. For instance, you go to the store, that 12-ounce bottle of lemonade that cost $1.50 is now 11.5 ounces. Well, that just ain't right. So instead of creeping up the prices, they've given you less portions. Just as an example. This is unacceptable. And not just with that, with anything. I had a $4,000 medical bill. I didn't even get help. They made me sit in the waiting room. I was so sick I couldn't sit in the chairs. I wanted to lay on the floor. I wanted them to give me a room, goddammit. All these problems. We need solutions. Now, I remember what you were saying about how when you talk about these things, the conspiracies, the 9/11, and the Vegas shooting, I mean, you name it. There's so many of them. You know, when you talk about giving them their power, well, I got a new one for you. Expect the unexpected. What do they expect us to do? Wallow in our own pity and talk about all the problems. Oh, well, we're under attack. The Palestinians are getting shot. Oh, these people are dying. This and that. Oh, yeah. Oh, what are we going to do about this? You know, I mean, you can listen to it all day long on the radio, on the TV, or on the internet. All the problems we have here. God, there's so many. We know what they are. They're easily recognizable. We need solutions. I'm calling on each person to stand up. To stand up for one thing only. There are no gods, no deities. That one thing is humanity. If God is what we say or think God is, then they most certainly are supremely humane. I learned that from Azrael. And Azrael was right. God is supremely humane, because we are God's child, not if you want to say his or her. God, we're not God's servant, we're God's child. What am I getting at? I'm getting at humanity. Believe in humanity. Whether we want to believe that this reality is false or this or that, who are we to say? It's very real for some people. Maybe our lives that we live here in the United States are very false, and I can see how things, as weird as they are, it could be fake. But no, this is very real, my friend. We are here now. We're on our own. We make our stand here. No one seems to notice, but I've noticed. So Matt, what I'd appreciate from you, and I think your viewers would, is to start solving these problems. Start being that light. Be that light. Shine it. Shine it bright and loud. And how we do that is with solutions. We could talk all day long about how bad it's getting. But that wouldn't be right. We'd be feeding them their power. So let's do the opposite. Roads, cracks and potholes screw up the vehicles. Well, we'll just make roads that don't crack. Planned obsolescence, and I know you're familiar with this, Matt. Planned obsolescence is a big thing. Is a big issue. We need sustainability. If there's anything I think you should do, Matt, is for something, just a suggestion. I'm not better at this. Really, I'm not. You're very good at putting things to where people can understand them, and it would really, really help our cause, humanity's cause, if we can just solve these problems and make it very apparent to people that our purpose here is to thrive, to survive, not to survive, but to thrive. Our purpose here is to not destroy this planet and destroy each other. If this is a matrix, then indeed it is a test. I've heard theories that Earth hasn't really been created yet, but we've all been placed here for this test, to see whether we destroy it, whether we can live in harmony. And we're not going to pass the first time or the second. I mean, how many times have we been here? I can go into that in a whole different story, but that, I think, is worthy of attention. It's to be all that you can be. And water as fuel is the way. Hydrogen, we can start there. We can cut our dependency. We can cut them off at the heels. We can strangle them, it's like a war of attrition. We can cut them off from their supply, and if their supply is us, then we take a whole city block, for example. We just cut those lines from the power companies, and we band together and we create generators, and we can run and we don't need them anymore for that. And then we can go even further. We must do this. We have to stick together. We have to communicate. And that, I think, is worthy of attention. And I think that's a good direction to start. And that's all I got for you, Matt. Godspeed.